So I heard that BlackySpeakz wanted to try and diss me recently.
Because there's some horrible rap songs out there. I mean, just go listen to this guy called I Am JC. This is probably one of the wackest rappers alive. I promise you, if you listen to one song from this guy, you're just gonna get brain dead. I promise you.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna leave a link to his video in the description below. Go to this BlackySpeakz video, leave a comment saying hashtag 2007 squad, leave a like just to let him know you were there. That'll really show him. And we're gonna come on top of this victorious. Nobody calls my triplet I Am J swag. Nobody. So Travis Scott has seemingly been teasing the release of his new album Astroworld on Twitter, and I am just as excited for it as you guys probably are, but that does bring up a little discussion that we need to have about the album, and that discussion is whether or not this is actually gonna disappoint people. Now, I don't doubt that Travis could come out with another modern trap classic if he wanted to, and yes, we should be excited for this album, but in this video, I'm just gonna give you 3 reasons why I think we shouldn't be getting overexcited for it. So with all that being said, guys, this is CDTVProductions. You can of course follow me on Twitter under that handle, and let's get right into this video.
For this life I cannot change. It is deep off in the main.
The first reason I have here is the most obvious one. Nothing kills your enjoyment of an album more than getting a bit too hyped for it. And this album has been anticipated for over a year now, I think. Travis announced it back in January 2017, I believe, and people's excitement has just been bubbling and bubbling since then, to the point where it's questionable if this album can live up to its own hype. This is not me knocking Travis's ability to deliver, but everybody knows that too much hype is never a good thing. Now, I understand that as a fan, it's very easy to get caught up in the suspense of waiting for a new album, but the easiest way to not be disappointed is by going into every album with neutral expectations. It's pretty hard to do, but I genuinely do think the level of hype surrounding this album could be the main thing that makes it impossible to live up to what fans are expecting. I mean, people are really expecting Travis to put out a rodeo level album with this one. Of course, this excitement can definitely help sales, but it can actually be damaging to the public reception when we expect a bit too much from it.
I've been up for a long time. Broad day, I've been popping pills,
Now this one does kind of link to the previous point, as it talks about how Travis managed to build his fan base in the first place. And that was his innovation. It was of course kickstarted by his album Rodeo, which many consider to be a modern classic in the trap genre. And yet, it's not hard to see why. It basically reinvented a whole subgenre of music with just one album. It took a subgenre that many saw to be like stale and generic and managed to do something innovative with that, make it exciting and fun to listen to. Travis had a futuristic flair to his music, and that is what really captivated people. The problem here arises though when we ask if he can do this again. Birds in the Trap is an album that I do kind of enjoy. There's some fantastic songs on there, but it's nowhere near as well put together or as groundbreaking as Rodeo is. And it's impossible to not compare an artist's new album to his previous work. So this has me questioning, what can Travis do to make Astroworld innovative and fresh? How is he gonna build upon or reinvent his previous sound? He didn't exactly manage to do it on Birds. I mean, Birds was an album that a lot of people saw as a little bit more generic autotune rap, if anything. So he's gonna have to pull off something special on Astroworld if people want to see it as him coming up with some type of new sound. It's a very hefty task, and I'm not trying to underestimate his creativity at all, but he has a lot of work to do to create a fresh sounding album that improves upon his overall sound. But yeah, only time will tell if this album is gonna reach those heights.
Black and Chinese, man's on relief. Pop it for me, please. Hands on your knees.
And my final point is a bit more of a critical one, so I would like you to keep in mind that I am a huge fan of Travis. But this one is that, honestly, I personally feel that Travis hasn't put in that many impressive performances recently. I mean, if we're trying to predict how he's gonna sound in the future, it only makes sense to look at his most recent output, and he hasn't put out anything recently that has blown me away. Nothing is more indicative of this than Huncho Jack Huncho. Maybe you thoroughly enjoy this album, and that is perfectly fine, but to me, it kinda sounded like Travis was phoning it in on most tracks. Where was the experimentation that made him so interesting in the first place? It just wasn't to be found on here. I think it might just be the closest he's come to sounding like a typical autotune rapper, as much as I hate to say that. Don't get me wrong, it has some incredibly catchy songs like Modern Slavery, Black and Chinese, and Saint, but does Travis do anything particularly noteworthy or different on these songs? I don't think so. Now, yes, this is a collab album, so maybe he was just trying to have fun with it, but it's his most recent body of work we have to judge his music from. Like most of his fans, I don't just enjoy Travis Scott because he makes catchy autotune hits. I enjoy his experimentation, his vocal layering, just the artistic vision behind what he does. If he can't deliver that on Astroworld, if it literally is just auto-tuned hits, then I'm not sure it's going to be an album that impresses many people. He basically set the biggest standard he could have for himself when his first album was Rodeo. He's just got so much to live up to with this one. So guys, there are 3 reasons why I think it's a good idea to just not get overhyped about the release of Astroworld. You know, I'm not trying to kill the excitement, we should definitely be excited, I'm excited, but I'm just gonna temper my expectations a little bit. I don't necessarily have a conclusion for this video, it's just kind of a case of we have to wait and see what the album is gonna sound like, and then we can really decide if it's disappointing or not. Let's just hope that we come out happy on the other side. So guys, let me know what you think about these points. Do you agree with them? Are there any other reasons why you think Travis might not deliver on Astroworld? Or do you think he is going to deliver 100%? Let me know down in the comments below. Like I said, you can follow me on Twitter at CDTVProductions, and you can subscribe to my twins channel, CDTV There he recently uploaded a reaction to Ski Master Slump God's Book of Eli tape before it got taken down on SoundCloud. He'll have also uploaded a reaction to I Don't Die by Joyner Lucas and Chris Brown by the time this video goes out. So go and check those out if you want to. There will be a link to his channel in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next one, and this is CDTV Productions, signing out.